Alright, concept B, types of slopes. Jumping to the examples, determine the type of slope of a line. Which line has a negative slope? So remember, negative slope means it is going downwards from left to right, because we read graphs left to right. So a negative slope is going to have a downward slant from left as we read it going to the right. So as I go along this way, the y values are decreasing. So that is what I'm looking for, and I'm going to roughly sketch these 2 points and just see, is my starting point to my ending point, are they decreasing? So I have 2, -1, there's A, B is 2, +4, over 2, up 4. Okay, well that one didn't change at all because it has the same x value. There's a hint. The same x value did not change, and I ended up with a vertical line. So that is an undefined slope. PR, so starting at P, ending at R. P is at -3, -2. So there is P. R is at 4, -2. So 4, -2. And that one, if I could draw straight, is a straight line, which means it has a 0 slope. And if you notice, even though my x values, -3 to 4, changed from left to right, my y value did not change. So I'm going to make an assumption right here and see if it's right. A negative slope will have x values that will change from small to greater, and to give it the negative, my y values are going to go from big to smaller. So that is an assumption I'm going to see if it's true. So xy passing through at x -2, +2, y is +3, +1. And it is decreasing. So as my x values, -2, 3, became bigger, -2 is smaller than 3. Did my y values increase or decrease? So my y value went from 2 to 1, which is decreasing. So my answer is going to be the line xy, because it was decreasing. Will that happen every time? Yes, because a negative slope is as the x values increase, the y values would decrease. Alright, example, determine the type of slope of a line. The following graph shows line K in purple, line M, line N, and line S. Which line has an undefined slope? Okay, so I'm going to think back. Undefined slope means that the x value did not change, or in other words, the x value are the same. Okay, so I'm looking for a line that has x values that are the same for every point. So is this, if I picked a point right here and right here, are the x values the same? No, this one's -4 and this one is like -3.5. It's not the same. So let's look at S. Pick some x values. Say right here, like -2.5. -1 is this point, and let's pick another point along this line right there. Are the x values the same as I move along this line? No. At this point, the x value is at -2.5. At this point along the line, it's at -1. Okay, look at N. If I pick this point and this point, are the x values the same as I read left to right? This one's at -2. This one's at 1. No, the x values are not the same. Okay, so if I pick this point and this point, do they have the same x values? Yes, their x value is both 2. So K will be the line that has an undefined slope, or the exact same x values for any point on that line. I just randomly picked 2 points along the line. So it had to be on the line that I was checking. I couldn't just pick, say, like over here, say this point and this point. That's great, but they do not fall on any of the lines that I need to check. So pick any random point that is on the line and read it left to right, or the x values are the same. Or you might be thinking, well, that's silly because if the x values are the same, it's going to be a vertical line every time. And you would be correct. That is the graphic way to determine if something has an undefined slope. Is it a vertical line? So that's another good key point. The x values are the same, or graphically it is a vertical that's supposed to be a T, vertical line. So those are two definitions for an undefined slope.